Spooky, wooky, dorky. Hi guys, I don't celebrate Halloween, but it's Halloween today, 2022. I've got a quote for you. People that cannot write will be unable to complain. Maybe that is why education is down the drain. Sharon J. Bainbridge, dyslexic thinker. Yes, I've got a lot of complaints. I write to my MP a lot, and just recently I've asked her to please support home education because she's seen how my daughter's progressed, and it's important. We've got people in government service that give us a voice, and I know that teachers are being sacked for whistleblowing, like the NHS healthcare system, where they were not allowed to debate and question things. They're told what to do. It's not a fair system. Academia can be very, very bullying indeed. And if you look on YouTube, you will see a lot of academic bullying videos. Just check them out, share them. Write your MP, complain, because right now there's a home education school bill that wants to take away parental rights to home educate their children the way they seem fit. Now, taking into account that, my daughter couldn't read, write, or spell in school, I've got a right to complain about this because they failed her the way they failed me with ITA English Twaddle in school, a backward alien language that made no sense at all. And yes, I believe 100% it was done on purpose because there's certain people in government service that are not kind. We need a kindness qualification in government service and in education. So what I'm asking you here today, there's 9 million people that cannot read, write or spell in the UK. They're illiterate. Now these people have gone through the school system. Don't you think our children deserve better? Come on guys, please write a letter to your MP and copy me, Sharon J. Bainbridge, in on the correspondence. If you want help, just send me a message on Facebook. I've got a Sharon J. Bainbridge authors page. I'm not trading right now. That's another long story. I've witnessed so much bullying. It's just such a long story that it would take too long to explain on here. But I've got a poem. I'm going to leave you with a poem I wrote in my 20s when I worked for my uncle's shipping company. He paid me a really low salary, but I learned to type from a telex machine from a book. And, I made my way from reception to managing directors for a top architectural firm in London. And that's something I'm really, really proud of because I do not have a qualification to my name. What our children need are more apprenticeships and the doors to open. The word no is used too often in the UK as a way to control people's lives. Yes is a word that promotes kindness. We need more people saying yes. We need more people to write letters to their MP. I believe there are good MPs in government that cannot do their job because of certain rules and regulations, and they're just not allowed to debate and give us a voice, the people they're supposed to work for. So I want to see my MP. Please, Tonya Antoniazzi, please support home education. If you want to talk to my daughter, talk to her. But, you can see that the fact is I've got videos of, when she struggled in school. I've got proof of when she struggled in school and how it upset her. So, her teachers in college adore my daughter because she takes education seriously. She's in the library lunchtime. She eats her sandwich. She's in the library. She's studying. Her art teacher said, that her artwork's the best she's seen in a long, long time. Her English teacher said her descriptive writing is very advanced and that she can tell she reads books. Now, taking into account there are 9 million people in the UK that cannot read, write and spell, do you really believe the government's allowed to bully me when I turn my daughter into a bookworm when they failed with state education? No. And there are many other parents, good, wonderful parents out there that have taken their children's education to their hands because the school system has failed them. Or they just don't believe in the school system. They don't believe in bullying a child to learn. They believe in kindness. They believe in a bespoke education. And that's what we need. Here in the UK, we are not allowed to promote home education. When my daughter got a letter from Dork Diaries author Rachel Renee Russell supporting home education and anti-bullying, we took that letter to the library. The librarian wanted to promote it, but the powers that be said no. That never got promoted. My daughter never got her voice heard, that she is a bookworm and proud to be a bookworm, and that Dork Diaries books helped her to love reading, because school books are boring. They sent me to sleep. When my daughter came home from school, she didn't want to read. I asked the headmaster if I could go in and help my daughter to read because she was so stressed out when she got back from school. No was the answer I got. No, 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 no. That's all we hear by these academic bullies, and it's not good enough. It really isn't. You know, I met up with a friend of mine that I've only just met actually, but we've been friends online for such a long time, and she wrote about education in the UK. She's Italian and she's such a kind lady. She she's actually got all these different mums together, all different cultures, all different walks of life, all together with kindness. And she's been in a newspaper in Italy about this, and wow, Monica from London Mums magazine, thank you for being my friend, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. We met in Putney and it was lovely, such a lovely time. But anyway, she wrote about education and how she took her son out of an excellent school and placed him with a good school. You must read that article. It's on London Mums magazine on the internet. So important that there's so many children that are being bullied. They're being bullied by education, or sometimes they're being bullied by academic parents. They're made to give up what they're good at and forced to do what their parents want them to do. Same with education. The kids in school, the children in school, are forced to give up what they're good at and made to do what the academics want them to do. We wouldn't have gardeners. My friend, she's written a book. I think it's called, oh my gosh, this is dyslexia, my memory. This is why education is so discriminating against dyslexics, because we have poor memories, and, that's why we learn differently. We have to keep, writing out those words again and again and again to remember them. But anyway, just write your MP, guys. Please, please, please write your MP. Complain about education. Support home education. Let us share our home education success stories, because there are many. And, the lady that I was talking about, my friend, her son's a gardener. He's got his own business now, thanks to home education. My other friend, her son is a silks performer, and he's one of the top silk performers in the UK. He's brilliant. He really is. I can see him in films and teaching, etc. Who else? I was trying to think who else. There's so many stories, positive stories out there. There are home educators that are teaching music. It's fantastic. We just, if we didn't have the music, like Monica, from London Mums magazine, she got us on the BBC with the Mum's Choir, and she mentioned how important music is for mental health. It is so important. It really is, because it makes people happy. We need more happier people. We need the kindness qualification in education and also in government services. Please stop the bullying. I'm asking, please, please, please listen to true stories. Let people get their voices heard before you judge them. There's so many people that judge home education because of the bad media and the government, when really they're not sharing the success stories, and that's bullying, that is. And, in America, there's a lot of home education success stories. There's a lot of musicians, singers, authors, sports people. that have been really, really successful because of home education, homeschool they call it in the USA. But we don't have these stories here in the UK because we're gagged. You know, just like they gagged us when we went to the library and wanted to promote the Dork Diaries book and say how my daughter's now a bookworm because of home education. That wasn't allowed to get out. Yeah. I mean, what do you think about that? That's not fair, is it? It's really not a fair system. So I'm going to leave you guys to please, you know, everybody, please support the children. They don't want to be bullied. They want a proper education. And if we're going to have a service that checks home education, let it be not the government because they're bullying. And they don't care. They don't care. We've got 9 million people in the UK that are illiterate. You know, they failed. They can't keep being allowed to waste taxpayers' money on failing our children. They need to be team players. They need to listen to success stories, you know, and think outside the box. You know, I was able to make reading, writing, and spelling fun for my daughter because I am dyslexic, you know, because I know the struggles. People that have life experience are important, and that's why our voices need to be heard. So share your stories far and wide to do with home education and education complaints. Share them, and then, you know, please do drop by on Sharon J. Bainbridge author page on Facebook. I'm not much of an author, but I do love solving problems, and I do love being a team player. I enjoy that. I love making people happy. And I don't have money to do that, so all I have is this little phone to make my little videos now and again, and hopefully our voices will be heard. So take care, have a wonderful week, and don't forget, don't let the UK government bully our children in education because they do not know how to educate our children and make them happy and successful. We need gardeners, we need toilet cleaners, we need cleaners, and these people deserve a good salary. They really do. They deserve to be happy. We all do. Take care. Bye-bye and have a good week.